Welcome you all students. In this session, we'll study arguments against international business for the fifth semester BCom students in the University of Mysore. This is session 11. In this session, we'll study about arguments against international business. In this, disadvantages of international. Before going to this session, we'll recap last session what we studied. We studied about advantages of international business. In this, we understand the advantages of international. By learning this session, the objective is we'll provide the disadvantages of international business. So what are the disadvantages to enter into the international business? And we'll come to know the international business will not favor internationally. After studying this session, we can come to understand the consequences of international business, and we'll come to understand the going international is not beneficial for the countries. Okay students, let us start disadvantages of international business. As he said that life is not a bed of roses. International business is not all that lovely. It has its problems. The important problems includes 1. Political factors. Political factors Politically, instability is the major factor that discourages the spread of international business. For example, in the Iraq-Kuwait war, dismantling of erstwhile USSR, civil wars in Fiji, Malaysia and Sri Lanka, military coups in Pakistan, Afghanistan, frequent changes of political parties in power and thereby changes in the government policies in India, etc., created political risks for the and thereby changes in government policies in India, etc., created political risk for the growth of international business. Also, Indo-Pak Summit at Agra in July 2001 ended in a no-compromise situation which affected international business. Though there are political problems between India and China, business houses of these two countries have developed opportunities for Indo-China business relations. Right? And second disadvantages is huge foreign indebtedness. The developing countries with less purchasing power are lured into debt trap due to the operations of MNCs in these countries. For example, Mexico, Brazil, Poland, Romania, Kenya, Congo and Indonesia. Third one, exchange instability. Currencies of countries are depreciated due to imbalances in the balance of payments, political instability and foreign indebtedness. This in turn leads to instability in the exchange rates of domestic currencies in terms of foreign currencies. For example, Zambia, India, Pakistan and Philippines depreciated their currencies many times. This factor discourages the growth of international business. Next one, exchange instability. Entry requirements. Domestic governments impose entry requirements to multinational. For example, the MNC can enter entire only through a joint venture with a domestic company. However, with the establishment of World Trade Organization, many entry requirements by the host governments are dispensed with. Next one, tariffs, quotas and trade barriers. Governments of various countries impose tariffs, import and export quotas and trade barriers in order to protect domestic business. Further, these barriers are imposed based on the political and diplomatic relations between and among the governments. For example, China, Pakistan and USA impose tariff quotas and barriers on imports from India, but the erstwhile USSR and present Russia liberalized imports from India. Next one, corruption. Corruption has become an international phenomenon. The higher rate bribes and kickbacks discourages the foreign investor to expand their operations. Next one, bureaucratic practices of government. Bureaucratic attitudes and practices of government delay sanctions, granting permission and licenses to foreign companies. The best example is Indian government before 1991. Next one, technological practices of government. Copying the original technology, producing imitative products, imitating other areas of business operations were common in Japan during 1950s and 1960s. In Korea, India, etc. This practice invariably alarms the foreign companies against expansion. Next one, quality maintenance. International business firms have to meticulously maintain quality of the product based on quality norms of each country. The firms have to face severe consequences if they fail to conform the country standards. Consumers forums associations also inspect quality in addition to the government machinery in various foreign countries. Next one, high cost. Internationalization Internationalization, the domestic business involves market survey, product improvement, quality updation, managerial efficiency, and the like. These activities need larger investments and involve high cost and risk. Hence, most of business houses refrain themselves from internationalization their businesses. However, the benefits of international business outweigh the problems added to this. Globalization in the order of the day, most of the countries eliminated the barriers and paved the way for the growth and expansion of international business. In fact, international business during the third millennium is just an extension to inter-regional business within the country. Thank you.